Hello friends, today we are going to start civics Pol Science chapter, which is electoral politics, chapter 4, and in new books chapter 3. Now in this chapter we will be going to see how the representatives are elected and how the for example in this chapter at the starting there is a case study about the assembly elections in Haryana, in which the Mr. Devi Lal was the leader over there, and he was the chief of the Haryana Sangharsh Samiti, who was to address a meeting in Karnal on Thursday night. So there is a case study about him, that how he promised and what happened, what was the result after the result was announced, what happened. So this is the your full that like just a case study it is to just explain. And now from here over are the real chapter starts, which is that why do we need elections? So first of all, do you know that what is an election? Election is a mechanism by which people can choose their representatives at the regular interval and change them if they wish to do so. This mechanism is known as election. In an election, the voters make many choices, as they can choose who will make the laws for them, they can choose who will form the government and take major decisions, and they can also choose that they can also choose the party whose policies will guide the government and the lawmaking body. So these all are the choices getting a voter during the time of election. That what they can choose, they can choose the laws, they can choose the form of the government, and they can also choose the party. Now, what makes an election democratic? There are 5 to 6 points, in which the first point says that everyone should be able to choose their election commission, their representative. Then there is one more. There was one more. This condition. These all we can. You can also say that what are the condition? Like question आ सकता है कि explain how what makes an election democratic. These are all the conditions of a democratic election. So first, everyone should be able to choose what? That means that over here, what they're going to say that they're going to say that everyone should have one vote, and every vote should have one value, equal value, not one value, equal value होनी चाहिए हर एक vote की. Now, secondly, what this is that there should be something to choose from. The parties and the candidates should be free to contest elections and should offer some real choice to the voters. Now, what the third point says, that the choice should be offered at regular intervals. Like elections must be held regularly after every few years. Now, the fourth point says that the candidate prefer that the people should get elected. And at last, fifth point says that election should be conducted in a free and a fair manner where people can choose as they really wish. So, friends, these all the conditions might be looking very simple to you all, but and they're also easy also, but there are many countries where these are not fulfilled. In this chapter, electoral politics, we will be able to that. So in this chapter we will apply all these conditions to the elections held in our country and the in our own country itself, and to see if we can call these democratic election. Now, Haryana elections, as I told you that in this chapter at the starting, there is and case study on Haryana election, and he is Chaudhary Devilal. Now, one more question arises, that is it good to have a political competition? Actually, this political competition has some merits also and some demerits also. So, elections are thus all about the political competition, we all know, and this competition take various forms. Like the most obvious form, like the most common form, is the competition among the political parties at the constituencies level. It takes the form of competition among several candidates. If there is no competition, election will become pointless, क्योंकि इलेक्शन के बीच में लड़ाइयाँ ही तो होती है, वही कंपटीशन ही तो होता है. नाउ अगेन, अब ये तो थी अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन फॉर पॉलिटिकल कंपटीशन. लेकिन जो पॉलिटिकल कंपटीशन है ये क्या सच में गुड है या बैड है? तो अभी ऑन द स्क्रीन यू ऑल कैन सी दैट देयर आर मेरिट्स एंड द डिमेरिट्स ऑल्सो. So we should clear that. So clearly an electoral competition have demerits. It creates a sense of disunity, factionalism, allegations. There are many allegations also. Like different political parties and leaders often level allegations against each other. Parties and candidates often use dirty tricks to win elections. Now, some of you would be heard, you will be able to heard that some people say that this pressure to win electoral flights does not allow sensible long-term policies to formulated. Yes. So this fourth point is just like normal लोग क्या कहते हैं, and the bad career choice. Some good people who may wish to serve the country do not enter this arena, and they do not like the idea of being dragged into unhealthy competition. And now it is having some merits also. ऐसा नहीं है कि इसमें demerits हैं, merits भी हैं या advantages भी हैं. own leaders या representatives elect होते हैं क्योंकि हम खुद elect करते हैं. Incentives to political parties and leaders. People issues, जितने भी लोगों के जितने भी issues है वो सब raise होते हैं. Compelled to work else will lose, and at last to serve the people. Now Indian election system के जो process होता है या procedure होता है वो सब तो अभी हम पढ़ेंगे. लेकिन उससे पहले आई वॉन्ट टू आस्क दैट डू यू नो दैट व्हाट इज़ MP और MLA? MP कोई मध्य प्रदेश नहीं है. MP वही हमने इलेक्शंस में सुना होगा बहुत, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, एंड MLA वी ऑल नो मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली. सो नाउ there are some questions and some points in front of you that how we can call an Indian election a democratic. Now आगे हम ये पढ़ेंगे कि जनरल इलेक्शंस या बाई इलेक्शंस या मिड टर्म इलेक्शंस, इलेक्टोरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज, इन सब के बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे. रिजर्व्ड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज, वोटर लिस्ट क्या होती है, नॉमिनेशन ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स किस लिए होता है, क्यों होता है, और एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशंस क्या होती हैं कैंडिडेट्स की, और इलेक्शन कैंपेन और पोलिंग एंड काउंटिंग ऑफ द वोट्स कैसे किया जाता है. सो first of all, now what is our system of elections? Now let us take a look at how elections are held in India. In our India, Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections are held regularly after every 5 years. After 5 years, the term of all the elected representatives came to an end. The Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha, or Lok Sabha और Vidhan Sabha, both are same, stand dissolved. इसको हम dissolve भी कहते हैं. In previous classes we have read about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Some of the points which differ them वो भी हमने पढ़ा था. अब उसी से related है ये कि elections are held in all constituencies at the same time. अगर वो same time में हो रही है और सेम डे पे हो रही है या मतलब आसपास के डे में हो रही है तो उसको हम जनरल इलेक्शंस बोलते हैं. But sometimes what happened that election is held only for one constituency to fill the vacancy caused by the death or resignation of a member. So that is known as the by-election. And now, uh, electoral constituencies. Do you know that how many Haryana are having MLAs? They are 90. You may have wondered how they did it. Did every person in Haryana vote for all 90 MLAs? You perhaps know that this is not the case. In our country, we follow an area based system of representation. The country is divided into different areas for purposes of election, and those areas are known as electoral constituencies. Then the country, अब ये तो हमने पढ़ लिया कि जो country जो है electoral constituencies में divide होती है. Now the voters who live in that area elect one representative for Lok Sabha elections, and the country is just divided into 543 constituencies. Yes, in our country is divided into 543 constituencies. And one of the feature of the democratic election is that every vote should have equal value. Each person would cast one vote, and each one vote would having an equal value. That is why constitution requires that each constituency should have a roughly equal population living within it. But in each state, अब एक स्टेट भी स्पेसिफिक नंबर्स ऑफ असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में डिवाइडेड होती है, एंड इन दैट केस द इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इज कॉल्ड द मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, और यू कैन से द MLA. Now, do you know some of were the reserved constituencies also? Yes, the constitution makers, however, were worried that in an open electoral competition, certain weaker sections may not stand a good chance to get elected to the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly. They may not have the required resources, education and contacts to contest and win elections against others. Those who are influential and resourceful may prevent them from winning elections. If that happen, our parliament and assemblies would be deprived of the voice of a significant section of a population. That would make the democracy less representative and less democracy. So guys, do you all know that how many what are the reserved constituencies in our country? In our country, the reserved constituencies are SCs, which are scheduled caste, ST, which is scheduled tribes, and there are OBCs also, which is other backward classes, and the 1/3 of the seats are also reserved for the rural and urban local bodies for women candidates. So there are total 4 reserved constituencies for them. Now, actually, how many seats are elected? How many seats are reserved for Lok Sabha? Actually, Lok Sabha seats elected मतलब SCs और STs के लिए कितनी सीट्स इलेक्टेड है, रिजर्व्ड है. तो शेड्यूल कास्ट जो है उसके लिए 84 सीट्स हैं, शेड्यूल ट्राइब्स के लिए 47 सीट्स हैं. और जैसे अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि OBCs के बारे में, we all know that OBCs are also elected and women candidates are also elected. So now the voters list, about something about the voters list. Voter list is the list is officially called the electoral roll or the voter list. Both are same. But actually, what is that? What is the voter list? In a democratic election, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election and given to everyone. And it is having some important steps also that is not such important for all of us. Then now some of the criminals Actually, in our country, all the citizens aged 18 years and above can vote. But every citizen have a right to vote also, regardless of his or her caste, religion or gender. But some criminals या person with unsound minds या तो फिर अदर कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो उनको वोट का राइट नहीं मिलता है. और ऐसी बहुत रेयर सिचुएशंस होती है, ऐसा ये नहीं है कि ये सबको ही ऐसा होता है. तो अब वही वोटर लिस्ट के अंडर कहीं ना कहीं हम एपिक वर्ड का भी यूज़ करते हैं. EPIC, एपिक. एपिक इज इलेक्शन फोटो आइडेंटिटी कार्ड. या अब कभी वैसे अब तो एपिक यूज़ हो गए, लेकिन ना पहले हर एक जगह को हमको एक साथ वोटर कार्ड, आधार कार्ड, ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस ये सब अपने साथ रखना पड़ता था. लेकिन अब उसको कंबाइन करके एक एपिक बना दिया है. सो नाउ अबाउट द नॉमिनेशन ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स. क्योंकि हम ये अब वोटर्स के बारे में तो पढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन वो नॉमिनेट भी तो होते होंगे कभी कभार. तो दैट नॉमिनेशन नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डू. So how the nomination of the candidate is occurred, that the only difference in the order to be candidate, the minimum age is 25 years while it is only 18 years for being a voter. And there are some other restrictions on criminal cases also. And sometimes the party's nomination is also known as the party ticket. Every person who wishes to contest an election has to fill a nomination form and give some money to security deposit. अब हर एक कैंडिडेट के कुछ लीगल डिक्लेरेशंस भी होते हैं which are serious criminal cases pending against the candidate, details of the assets and the liabilities of the candidate, and education qualification of the candidate. These information has to be made public, and this provides an opportunity to the voters to make their decision on the basis of the information provided by the candidates. Now these are all some of the definitions: general election, by-election, electoral constituencies, MP, MLA, reserved constituencies, electoral list or voter list. Now electoral का process कैसा होता है? Here you can see that first of all the voters list is made, then an announcement is done, then a form is filled, then election campaign is done, then the releasing of election manifestos is done, then votes are cast, then votes are counted, and then the result is declared, and at the last the in the poll जहाँ पे वोट्स डालते हैं उसको रीपोल किया जाता है. This is all the electoral process. Now this is something about the nomination of the candidate, that what is the minimum age, about the party ticket, nomination form and the qualifications. Now need of the election campaign in a democratic form of a government. In India, election campaigns take place for a 2-week period between the announcement of the finalist and the candidates and the date of the polling. Now, during this period, the candidates contact their voters. Political leaders address election meetings, and political parties mobilize their supporters. The publicity is done through newspapers, television channels, etc. In election campaign, political parties try to focus the public attention on big issues, for which usually catchy slogans are created to attract the people's attention. Some of the catchy slogans are Garibi Hatao, या remove poverty, which was used by Congress led by Indira Gandhi in the year 1971. Then it was Save Democracy, used by Janata Party in 1977. You can see the 5-year difference over here, 5 to 6 years difference. Then Land to the Tiller, used by the Left Front in the West Bengal Assembly in 1977, etc. Then in an election campaign, no party or candidate can what? First, bribe or threaten the voter, influence the voter in the name of the religion, use government resources for campaigning, or expend more than 25 lakhs for the Lok Sabha election and 10 lakhs for the assembly elections. Now, what are the laws, election laws? First of all, booth capturing. Supporters or hired muscle men of party or candidate gain physical control of a polling booth and cast false voter voters by threatening everyone or by preventing genuine voters from reaching the polling booth. Code of the conduct is a set of norms and guidelines to be followed by political parties and contesting candidates during election time. Constituency: voters in a geographical area who are elected a representative to a legislative body. Incumbent: the current holder of the political office. Usually, the choices of the voter in an election is between the incumbent party or the candidate. Now, something introduction about the American government. Now, in this, actually, the main effort is just to tell that what is the role of the money in an electoral politics, that or what role does money play in electoral politics. The amount of the money spent on political campaign is huge and grows with each election cycle. Some of the rising campaign expenses include items like advertising, with TV ads being more expensive, polls, mass mailing, campaign staff, and travel. The ability to raise money is thus crucial for federal office seekers. Now, free and fair elections कैसे होते हैं और क्या क्या होते हैं? Indian election are basically free and fair. We all know the party that wins an election and forms government. But in some constituencies, a few candidates may win purely on the basis of the money, power, and unfair means. But the overall verdict of the general election still reflects a popular reference. However, many limitations and challenges in Indian election for to conduct the free and fair election in India. Do you know what is code of conduct? It's one more term. According to this, no party or candidate can actually use any place of the worship for election propaganda. ये वो use नहीं कर सकता. Or he or she can't use government vehicles, aircrafts and officials for elections. He can also not use or once elections are announced, ministers shall not lay foundation stones of any project, take any big policy decision, and make any promises of providing public facilities. This is all said no. Now, how the polling and the counting of the votes is done? Like polling day is Sunday, and polling date is 16/6/2019, and polling booth is this. This is and one case in India itself, that on 16th 2019, 16th June 2019 at the Sunday, and your polling was done. Now identify this ballot box. Now what is this? Do you cast मतलब कभी किसी ने वोट को कास्ट किया है? चलो वो छोड़ो, पहले एक्चुअली वोट तो हम सब ने देखा कि वो कास्ट कैसे होता है. एक्चुअली द वोट इज़ नाउ कास्ट इन दिस EVM मशीन्स. बट नाउ व्हाट इज़ ना, ये तो हो गया हमारा EVM मशीन, लेकिन ये क्या है? बैलेट बॉक्स. हम सब ने पढ़ा होगा कि जैसे कभी कभार गेम्स में भी हम ऐसे करते हैं कि बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं, चॉइसेस अलग अलग होती हैं. यार नहीं, हम ये गेम खेलेंगे, हम ये गेम खेलेंगे, हम ये गेम खेलेंगे. तो जिन जिन बच्चों को फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल ऐसे किसी को गेम A खेलनी है, किसी को गेम B खेलनी है, किसी को गेम C खेलनी है, तो A के बहुत सारे बच्चे खेलना चाहते, मतलब दूर से देखने में सब इक्वल है. लेकिन वोट्स जब काउंट करते हैं तो जैसे A वाले एक बॉक्स लिया उन्होंने, A के बॉक्स में जिन जिन बच्चों को A गेम खेलनी है उन्होंने उस बॉक्स में डाल दिया, जिनको B गेम खेलनी है उन्होंने B के बॉक्स में डाल दिया, जिनको C गेम खेलनी है उन्होंने C के बॉक्स में डाल दिया. तो बैलेट बॉक्स भी कुछ ऐसे ही होता है. फिर धीरे धीरे करके सब चिट्स को काउंट किया जाता है, और इलेक्शन कैंपेन में और मतलब ऐसे पॉल साइंस में हम इसको वोट्स को कास्ट करते हैं. तो वो जो हम लोग जो गेम की चिट्स डालते हैं वो एक्चुअली इसमें इधर उसको अगर हम रिप्लेस करें तो ये एक्चुअली वोट है इसके लिए. बट अब तो EVM मशीन्स ले लिया है. तो एक्चुअली पहले क्या होता था, ये इट वॉज अ बैलेट पेपर इज़ अ शीट ऑफ द पेपर ऑन विच द नेम्स ऑफ द contesting candidates along with the party name and the symbol were listed. But nowadays, electronic voting machines are used to record votes. The machine shows the names of the candidates and the party symbols. Independent candidates do have their own symbols allotted by election commission. All that the voter has to do is to press the button against the name of the candidate she wants to give a vote. Once the polling is over, all the EVMs are sealed and taken to a secure place. A few days later, on the fixed date, all the EVMs from a constituency are opened and votes secured by each candidate are counted. Agent of all the candidates are Agents of all the candidates are present there to ensure that the counting is done properly. The candidates who secure the highest number of votes from the constituency is declared elected. In a general election, usually the counting of the votes in all the constituencies take place at the same time on the same day, and television channels, radio and newspaper report this event. We all know. Within a few hours of counting, all the results are declared and it becomes clear that who will form the government next.